And so we are not giving up, so don't worry. We'll continue our walk. Like I already stated in some of my talk that I said, before we took on this journey, we already set aside our life. We will continue our walk until the end, until we finish. And Washington, D.C. is not the final destination. Because we here need the world peace. Is it? And world peace is something that we need to walk for the rest of our life. So we are not stopping there. Okay? So I hope that all of us will join the walk with venerable monks even after Washington, D.C. in spirit. Now I want to ask you all, how many of us here that have listened to my talk? Quite a lot. Have you practiced?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Today is our peaceful day, right?
Yes.
Thank you so much. So if it is today's our peaceful day, then let me ask you one more thing. How many of us that has been cleaning your mirror? Your bathroom mirror? Only a few? Well, we use the bathroom every day, right?
Yes.
We have the mirror in the bathroom, isn't it?
Yes.
We look at ourselves every day.
Yes.
Beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah? Alright, I hope so. Well, what about when we wash our hands and then we wash our face and brush our teeth? There's spots on that mirror in front of you. Have you cleaned it?
Yes.
How many of us clean right after you use the bathroom, the sink? Okay, there's about 30 out of thousands of people here. This is something wrong, okay? We need to check again to see what is going on here. So how many of us actually waited after a month to clean? A lot? How about 2 weeks? Okay. How much effort it takes you to clean after 2 to 3 to 4 weeks to clean that mirror? A lot? Not just your strength, but money too, right? You have to go to Home Depot and Lowe's and Walmart to get chemical, right? And towels, try to clean it off. Is that right? And it takes you longer to clean that mirror. While all you need to do is just wipe it off right after you use that thing. When you brush your teeth, those spots are sticking on that mirror. If you wipe it off right away, it will clean and glossy, so you can see your face better, right? Then how come you waited for a long time then? Lazy. Ah, okay, lazy. Laziness is the answer. Well, I believe that. I truly believe that. You know why? Because we were too busy. No, that busy means we make ourselves busy, but we wasn't that busy. Okay? We have all the time in this world. You spend a lot of time doing a lot of things that is not necessary. But cleaning the mirror just take a few seconds, few minutes, and we are here saying that we are too busy and too lazy to do so. That is how we train ourselves That is how we train ourselves to be not concentrating on our thing. That is how we train ourselves to just use our mind heading out there every single moment without looking back in. While that mirror, you can see yourself, that reflects yourself in it. Not just this face, but your mind. You can see your face in that mirror, but you cannot see your mind. What I want you to know is, when you look at that mirror, when you have spots on that mirror, it's become dusty and become not clear anymore. You cannot see yourself clearly in that mirror. Just like everything you do in life, everything you talk, every action you take, you make, it's just recorded in your head, in your mind. Every little thing. And a lot of little things adds up. And it's recorded deep into our mind. And so when there's times, the right condition come, all those things will pop up in our head. And then when it pop up, we are overwhelmed with thoughts. When we are overwhelmed with thoughts, that is when we cry, when we feel stressful. Then that is when you don't want to do anything else. You just want to give up. And this is what we've been doing for a long time to ourselves. That's why we are struggling every day. Medic, we need medic over there. Please keep your hands up so the EMS know where to come. If the medic come, please make a way for them to come, please.
They said they need a doctor in the house.
They need a doctor in the house. I think they're coming. Okay, for all of us here, please let's come back to this present moment. Let's the medic and the doctor will take care of that. We can't do anything, so let us all support that by doing something. Let us put our left hand over our heart, right hand on top of the left hand. Gently close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And another one. Now feel your heartbeat. Pay fully attention to your heartbeat. Feel it. Stay focused. Keep on feeling your heartbeat. Thank you. Now let me ask you, how many of us here that can pay attention to your heartbeat at all time within that short period of time? No sidetrack. Your mind is not jumping here and there. Yes? Some people, yes. Okay. Now that we had a chance to feel our heartbeat, which is something that we barely have done it in our life, right? Because we, like I say at the beginning, that we are too busy chasing things, doing a lot of things. We didn't have time to come back within to see ourselves. And we didn't even know that our heartbeat is sharp, strong, fast or slow. We didn't even pay attention to it. And now that we spend a little time to feel it, and then our thoughts, that monkey mind, is popping up, jumping here and there. Is that right? It pulls you off from this. Is that right? That is when that mirror stick with all those spots. Because we have so much spots on that mirror, we didn't clean it. And this is the time when it is their chance to pop up, and you are overwhelmed with all those spots, overwhelmed with all those thoughts. And now if you want to remove it, you want to clean it, you have to put more effort into it. In order for you to clean it, you have to put more effort. In order for you to purify that mind, you have to practice more than usual. And mindfulness is what I want you to know. Mindfulness, feeling your heartbeat or breathing, that is something that to help you to purify that mind, to clean that mirror. But this will you have to put a lot of effort into it in order for you to stay focused. Without putting more effort into it, we will go back to our old days. And we are coming out here because of peace, is that right? And we willing to chance to have a better life, is that right? And we have 11 months left with this year of 2026. How many of us willing to chance this year to be a better year? Not just 1 year, okay? We need to utilize every single year. But this year will be the first year for us to practice. Otherwise, we'll continue suffer. Because we are very easy to be triggered by the others. So many things. With just one word that can pull you off track right away. Because we always sidetrack. We are very easy to be sidetracked. Anybody say something or do something or give you a bad look, you react right away. Right? If we are standing there right now, if somebody behind pushes us, we probably react right away. That is the nature of the human being, the mind. That is the nature of our mind is untrained. When it's untrained, it's like that. But when it's well-trained, it's totally different. And in order for us to train our mind, we have to do this. Pay attention to our breath within this nostril. Okay? This breath has been with us for so long, but we didn't pay attention to it. We just breathe in and breathe out just like a robot to survive. And now we need to add awareness into that breath.
In our goal-oriented culture, we are often conditioned to view peace as a destination, a trophy to be won, a treaty to be signed, or a finish line to be crossed. We see it as a place we are trying to get to, somewhere distant from where we currently stand. But when we step back and listen to the wisdom of those who have dedicated their lives to the pilgrimage of the Spirit, a profound shift in perspective occurs. We begin to understand that the physical road, no matter how long or arduous, is merely a canvas for the internal journey. The Walk for Peace, a movement led by monks traversing the country, offers a striking reminder of this truth. The physical destination might be Washington, D.C., but the spiritual leader of this walk, Venerable Bhikkhu Panikkara, reminds us with gentle urgency that the capital city is not the end. If we view the arrival as the conclusion, we miss the point entirely. World peace is not a static flag planted in the ground, it is a dynamic, breathing endeavor that we must walk for the rest of our lives. This realization invites us to pause and reconsider the maps we follow. If peace isn't a place on a GPS, then it must be a manner of traveling. The Venerable suggests that we are not stopping at the city limits, rather, we are being asked to continue the walk in spirit long after the physical marching is done. It is a summons to integrate the pilgrimage into our living rooms, our offices, and our grocery store aisles. The true walk begins when we stop moving our feet and start moving our awareness inward. This transition from the external road to the internal path is where the real work and the real struggle often lies. It is easy to walk a mile. It is much harder to sit still with one's own mind. To understand why this internal work is so difficult, we can look at a simple, domestic metaphor that the Venerable offers: the bathroom mirror. It is an object we engage with every single day. We stand before it to brush our teeth, wash our faces, and prepare our facade for the world. We know intimately the geography of our own physical reflection. Yet, the Venerable poses a piercing question. How often do we actually clean the mirror itself? We might notice a spot of water, a smudge of toothpaste, or a layer of dust. But frequently, we ignore it. We leave the spot there, promising ourselves we will get to it later. Days turn into weeks, and weeks into a month. The spots accumulate, the dust settles. Eventually, the reflection becomes hazy, obscured by a film of neglect. When we finally decide to clean this neglected mirror, the task has mutated from a simple wipe into a chore requiring heavy lifting. We have to drive to the store, buy strong chemicals, find abrasive towels, and scrub with all our might to remove the hardened grime. What would have taken 3 seconds in the moment now takes money, time, and significant effort. This, the Venerable suggests, is the perfect analogy for the human mind. Every interaction, every spoken word, and every fleeting thought leaves a residue. If we are mindful, if we wipe the mirror right after the action occurs, our internal vision remains glossy and clear. We can see ourselves and the world with sharp definition, but we rarely do this. We let the minor irritations, the petty judgments, and the small moments of anger stick to the glass of our consciousness. We allow them to harden until we can no longer see our true nature. Nor can we see the people around us clearly. We are looking at life through a dirty mirror, wondering why everything seems so dim and distorted. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we delay the essential maintenance of our own clarity? The common American refrain is that we are too busy. We wear our busyness like a badge of honor, filling our schedules with tasks that we deem critical. But the spiritual perspective challenges this excuse with a smile. Are we truly busy, or are we simply distracted? The Venerable argues that busyness is often a cover for a subtle form of laziness. It is not a laziness of action. We are running around constantly, but a laziness of spirit. It is easier to be busy with 1,000 external trivialities than to be disciplined with one moment of internal focus. We spend hours chasing things that are not necessary, engaging in activities that drain us, yet we claim we lack the 30 seconds required to check in with our mental state. This is how we train ourselves to be scattered. We are rehearsing distraction every day, sending our energy outward, heading out the door without ever looking back in. We are terrified of the silence because, unlike the bathroom mirror which only reflects our face, the mirror of the mind reflects everything, our fears, our regrets, our monkey mind. By claiming we are too busy to clean it, we avoid the confrontation with our own clutter. But the cost is high. When the mind is cluttered, we become overwhelmed. The spots on our mental mirror obscure our resilience. When the inevitable storms of life hit, we don't have the clarity to navigate them. We cry, we feel crushed by stress, and we want to give up, simply because we haven't done the daily dusting. The necessity of this inner stability is not just theoretical, it is tested in the fires of real-life crises. During the very talk where these teachings were being shared, a medical emergency occurred in the crowd. A call went out. We need a medic. Is there a doctor in the house? In such moments, the collective atmosphere usually splinters into panic, curiosity, or helplessness. Heads crane to see. Chatter erupts. Anxiety spreads like a contagion. It is a microcosm of how the world reacts to fear. We rush to do something, often adding to the chaos, or we freeze. However, the mindfulness approach to crisis is radically different. As the medics rushed to help the individual, the Venerable guided the thousands of onlookers not to look outward, but to turn inward. Let's be the medic, he invited, but not by performing CPR. Let us support that by doing something. Let us put our left hand over our heart, right hand on top of the left hand. In the midst of potential tragedy, the crowd was asked to close their eyes and take a deep breath. This is a profound lesson in energy management. When we cannot physically intervene, our most powerful contribution is not worry, but grounded presence. By calming our own nervous systems, by anchoring ourselves in the immediate sensation of the breath, we stop feeding the chaotic energy of the room. We become a reservoir of peace that the doctors can draw from. We clear the space, not just the physical aisle, but the energetic aisle, so that healing can occur. This is cleaning the mirror in real time. It is the refusal to let the spot of panic stick to the glass. This pivot from chaos to connection brings us to the most primal anchor we possess, the heartbeat. After the crowd placed their hands over their chests, they were asked to simply feel. Feel your heartbeat. Pay full attention to it. It sounds like the simplest instruction in the world. Yet for many, it is a revelation. We live inside these bodies for decades. Yet we treat the heart like a mechanical pump that we can ignore until it malfunctions. We are strangers to our own rhythm. We don't know if our beat is sharp, strong, fast, or slow because we are merely surviving, breathing like robots to keep the machine running. When we finally stop to listen, we often find that we cannot stay with the sound for more than a few seconds. The monkey mind, that restless, jumping energy, intervenes. It pops up, pulling us away from the miracle of our own life force, dragging us back to our to-do lists, our worries, or the drama on the periphery. This is the moment we realize how dusty our mirror has actually become. We try to look at the heart, but the thoughts obscure the view. The realization can be humbling. We see that our busyness has cost us the ability to simply be with ourselves. The thoughts are overwhelming because we have allowed them to pile up without purification. The Venerable points out that cleaning this up requires effort, just as the neglected bathroom mirror requires scrubbing. A neglected mind requires a rigorous commitment to practice. We cannot expect to have a peaceful mind if we only visit it once a month. The stakes of this practice are incredibly high, affecting not just our internal peace but our relationships with the entire world. An untrained mind is a reactive mind. The Venerable uses the analogy of being pushed from behind. If we are standing in line and someone shoves us, the instinctual reaction of the untrained mind is instant aggression or defense. We snap back. We turn around ready to fight. We are triggered immediately. This reactivity applies to words and looks just as much as physical shoves. A single comment, a sarcastic tone, or a bad look from a stranger can derail our entire day. We are like dry tinder, waiting for a spark. This volatility is the root of suffering. It is why we struggle in our families, our workplaces, and our communities. We are easy to be sidetracked. We hand over our emotional remote control to anyone who walks by. If they smile, we are happy. If they frown, we are angry. We are slaves to the external environment because we have no internal ballast. Mindfulness, the act of paying attention to the breath, of feeling the heartbeat, of wiping the mirror, is the training that creates a gap between the stimulus and the response. It buys us a microsecond of freedom. In that gap, we can choose not to react. We can see the push for what it is, without becoming the anger. We are standing at a precipice of time. The Venerable mentions the year 2026, noting the months remaining, framing the current moment as a countdown to transformation. This is not about making a New Year's resolution that fades by February. It is about a structural change in how we operate as human beings. Otherwise, the warning comes, we will continue to suffer. The cycle of reactivity, distraction, and accumulation of mental dust will not break itself. It requires a conscious intervention. We have to be willing to change this year, to utilize the time we have left to make this the year of practice. The beauty of this teaching is that it democratizes peace. You do not need to be a monk in robes walking down a highway to participate. You do not need to be in Washington, D.C. The walk for peace is happening right now. In the way you handle the dirty dishes. In the way you breathe when you are cut off in traffic. And in the way you place your hand on your heart when the world feels like it is collapsing around you. The mirror is always there, waiting to be cleaned. The breath is always flowing, waiting to be noticed. As we move forward, the invitation is to join the walk, in spirit. This means taking the pilgrimage off the asphalt and into the neural pathways of our own brains. It means committing to the hygiene of the mind with the same diligence we apply to our dental hygiene. It means recognizing that world peace is not something that will be delivered to us by politicians, but something that is generated, breath, by individuals who have done the hard work of clearing their own glass. When we wipe away the dust, we don't just see ourselves more clearly, we see the world with the eyes of compassion. And that, ultimately, is the only destination worth walking toward.